Hello everyone, Freeek here. I've never done anything like this before, but welcome to what I'm calling my past, present, and future video. It is in celebration of hitting 1,000 subscribers, so thank you all very, very much. I have been on 24 subscribers for like 10 fucking years, up until 2 months ago when BeatSaber came out, and look at this, everyone's liking the maps, which is really, really fun and really cool to see. But yeah, so I thought I'd go through essentially what we've done already, to get a little more personal, saying hello, showing you some of the stuff that I'm working on at the moment. I know I've been quite quiet as of late, but there's some exciting things that have been happening, and so I want to show you that stuff. That's why this video is quite long, is because I've got quite a couple of songs to show you the charts of, and then also talk about what we're going to do in the future, where we're going to go with this. So first off, we're starting with the past. In this case, I just want to let you guys know that I am a Twitch streamer. I have been for about 18 months now, so I didn't become a streamer because of BeatSaber. I play a fuckload of other things, play platforming games, I do some speed running, a ton of puzzle games. I love my puzzle games. I used to do a bit of Guitar Hero, as in Clone Hero as well, a heap of Overwatch, including like custom games and that I play with all my followers, and even drunk streams, which are usually quite popular, and we've had a few messy ones. I do it at 7:30 p.m. Australian Western Standard Time on Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, which I'll probably convert and put in the description for you. I should have fucking done that beforehand, but I'm a bit of a noob at all this. But anyway, when I do stream BeatSaber, I do one of two different streams. I stream either the chart making itself, like beat maps, in the editor, and I talk about philosophy and all that type of thing, show you what I do at the raw scope. And the other type of stream I do is BeatSaber playing itself. And when I'm playing BeatSaber is the perfect time when people can come in and request me to play things, especially if they want me to test their maps and give feedback to you. But you got to be aware I'm very brutal. I'll rip raw, quit everything if it's just pathetic. So I'm sorry about that, but I have my own kind of standards, and they're fairly high, probably far too high. But I'm just an unreasonable prick. But anyway, so at this point, obviously we've got a couple of bangers out there that everyone's enjoying. Through the Fire and Flames. I know everyone's loving Blue. Michael Jackson's Beat It has jumped all the way up to the front page of BeatSaber, which is amazing. So those three songs are now sitting there together. In fourth, I think we've got Clint Eastwood by the Gorillaz that is being enjoyed. But unfortunately, some of my favorite charts I've made, like Cut Your Teeth by Kygo, like I love not just the song, I just love the chart. It flows so well, but it's just no one's picking it up. I mean, I can understand why when there's no one that's, I mean, it's not exactly a well-known song, things like that. But I do recommend to try out some of my other ones and let me know what you think of them. Knights of Sidonia is another one that's very, very picked up a lot at the moment, which is very, very nice. But anyway, you've seen my philosophy video where I was talking about Knights of Sidonia. We ended up making LightMap. For those that don't know, I made, I designed, created, and got everything sorted on how to automatically generate lights for a chart, for those that don't want to put the effort into lights. And then I hooked up with a developer called Recruitus who essentially scripted it for me, and then we had it working, which is great. And so you can see LightMap, there's a video there as well. And the other thing we've done is we also set up a Trello, for those that don't know, where you can essentially go to a page of mine. It shows you the state of all of my current projects, what state they're at, including if they've been released, the difficulties that have been added, any gimmicks, future songs I plan to do, all that type of thing. And they all come with download links and like a link to the YouTube videos for them as well. Anyway, if we're jumping into now the present, when it comes to Twitch and YouTube, obviously the focus at this point in time is BeatSaber, right? I have been definitely still streaming other games in between it and stuff like that, but at this point in time, I'm pretty certain my YouTube channel side of things is just going to be BeatSaber, dead on, like nothing else, unless there's something cool I managed to cock up. It's just going to be BeatSaber related stuff. But on Twitch, if you want to come and chill out and talk beards and booze, then come over to the channel. You probably enjoy it. Anyway, one thing I want to go through about the present stuff is one thing I haven't touched on in any of my charts, not truly to me yet, is Expert Plus. So for those that don't know, there are 5 difficulties you can make for a map: easy, normal, hard, expert, and expert plus. Now, everyone immediately kind of thinks it's Through the Fire and Flames, bam, as expert plus, but I honestly do not. And I even had that thought when I very first made it. It feels that way because it's very, very long, but it's just expert to me. The way that I've tried to explain it to someone else on how I differentiate my difficulties is from easy to expert. I see them more as the percentage of notes, like real guitar notes or drum notes, that are charted in the game. So, you know, if you have a beat that's, you know, doonch, 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 every single one of those taps, if you have a note for that, I consider that expert. If you take a couple of them away, every second one, something like that, hard, and then it comes down and down more. But an expert chart to me is just everything, or the majority of everything, you've got notes for, right? And then what I consider expert plus to be is you are adding in notes that technically aren't in the song. You are also using complex patterns. I know a lot of people associate mines and objects, as in the walls, to being difficult, like making someone duck every two beats. I don't give a fuck about that. That's not something I ever plan to do in any of my charts. I personally believe if you're going for difficulty, you should be going for complex patterns that still stay to the fair rules, like not blocking anyone's sight and everything like that. And it has ended up being quite difficult to make Expert Plus charts like that. And it's why, and we'll get to it soon, Swamp Thing, which I announced like a month ago in my pack video, hasn't been released, because in the middle of making it, I decided that I also wanted to make an Expert Plus difficulty for it. And now I've got a couple of Expert Plus projects underway. A couple of my maps already, including Knights of Sidonia and Doom E1 M.o.o.n 2016, have Expert Plus charts, but they're not following that same guidelines. Doom, for example, is a gimmick based, because Expert Plus is just a speed multiplier, nothing else. And the Knights of Sidonia, how that ended up, or the way that I explained it to someone, is if there was a difficulty that's easier than easy, everything would have been down. So my current Expert Plus chart would have been expert. That's how I initially made it, actually. My Expert Plus chart you guys see right now is how my expert was. And then they came down. But during playtesting with my Patreons, there was certain parts near the end of the song that were too difficult for standard expert players, that I decided, okay, I need a split. I need an extra difficulty between hard and expert. And so there's no beginner difficulty, so I popped my expert up to Expert Plus and then added in a middle one. But yeah, so going forward, my Expert Plus maps are ones that I'll either specifically state in my videos that there's a difference for it, like if it's used as a gimmick or something like that, or if it's like a true Expert Plus to me. And yeah, so my first Expert Plus chart that I hope to release soon is Swamp Thing, and here it is. Yeah, so I hope that excites some. I know a lot of people have been waiting. Something is my favorite song of all time, so I am taking so much time and effort and detail into this, into all 5 difficulties, which are all going to be raw created charts. Well, they have been. I've already done the majority of all of them. It comes out soon, but yeah, let me show you a couple other songs that I've been working on. Yeah, so a couple of little songs there. We've got AWOL Nation's Burn It Down, which I'm very excited for, and will be an Expert Plus chart, and the other one being Hydrogen by m.o.o.n from the Hotline Miami soundtrack. I do have a couple of other charts that are probably about 75% of the way through, but they're not even a preview of what I want them to be, so I'm not going to show them, and we'll try to shorten the video a bit, but I am working on some music from Jet Set Radio Future as well as DJ Hero. I'm actually really excited about the DJ Hero one because the song, which includes a gimmick, is actually more for fun, and it's not going to be like a gimmick like Doom's E1 M1 that I made or anything like that, but it should be a lot of fun, and I think it'll go down as one of those songs that some of the big guys will play at. But anyway, the other thing I've been working on, and this is a big one that I'm happy to announce, is Through the Fire and Flames version 2. So in this instance, when I created the very first one, the editor was very limited. It didn't have slowdown, it didn't have sync, it didn't have the ability to create triplets and a lot of other things. It was pretty much used as in conjunction with the developer Akaiwa of the editor, where it found a bunch of bugs and issues and used to crash the editor a lot, and that was all fixed, and then we released the song. But there are obviously some major flaws in the song, including a lot of the second solo isn't even synced properly. There are some missing notes near the end. There's some bullshit mine placements in the middle section of the song. And there's also quite a bit in the initial solos which block your eyes, which Through the Fire and Flames is it was actually my second chart I entirely made. Batshit was my first, but I ended up recreating that anyway. And yeah, Through the Fire and Flames was my second ever chart. And so, we were still learning and everything like that. And I'm extremely proud of how it ended up coming out anyway. Like, it's withstanded its time. Like, there's a lot of things that are getting chewed up by people, but TTFAF my chart is withstanding, so I'm very happy with that. But I feel like I do owe people and the song itself the treatment it deserves, more than just the 35 hours or whatever it was that I put in initially into it. So in this instance, what I'm happy to announce with Through the Fire and Flames version 2 is there is an easy and normal difficulty now made for them. The hard difficulty has been entirely remade because it was horrible. Like, to put in an explanation, how I did it is when I made the expert chart just before release, like half an hour before I released it, I was like, oh, I should probably add a hard one. So I went in and spent half an hour deleting a ton of notes and then just releasing it. So it is not in sync in time at anything. The notes are just randomly chosen. It's horrible. I can't believe there's people who seem to somehow enjoy it because it's garbage. And so the hard one's been redone. Expert difficulty has practically, I didn't want to change it too much, as in I want people to still recognize it as I initially envisioned it, but I have just cleared up a lot of things. So now that the editor has stuff like, as I said, slowdown, where you can make the song play at 10%, it means the entire song has now been lined up correctly. I've taken out the bullshit mines, I've filled in the missing notes, I've taken out notes that are blocking eyesight, generally just neatened it up. I've even also replaced the audio file with a studio copy of the song that I bought, so that it's all sounds nice, looks nice. The lighting has been, I wouldn't say entirely redone, but I went in and their initial chart had 3,600 lights. I deleted over half of them and have redone all the ones I deleted. So it now looks all nice, and because I've learned a lot of lighting over my other tracks, but the original one had, I mean, it worked, but there was many lights in there that weren't even being used. So that's all been changed, which I'm really happy about. I have also started creation and will be releasing a tutorial release. So what I mean by that is there's going to be a chart available on BeatSaber, which is essentially just going to be the solo. And I might even do one for the intro, or I might even piece them together, just sort of that, where it purely, essentially, you start the song and you're at the solo immediately, so you can practice it rather than having to get 60% of the way through and fail, 60% of the way through fail, 62% of the way through fail, because I know that can be a bit draining, especially with the length of the song. So if we can at least like skip straight to the solo and just do that section, and you can learn that, and then go back and play the actual main chart, then I think that'll help people out a bit. Now, I haven't entirely decided what I'm going to be doing with the original one. I know when people have been remaking their charts, they've been leaving their old ones up. And Through the Fire and Flames is like number 4 on the BeatSaber website. It's something like 40,000 downloads or something, which I'm super happy about. But I think if I release a second one and don't do anything about that first, then no one's going to find the second, and they're just going to be stuck with all the one that isn't, thing. But at the same time, I know some people are probably attached to that original version. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to, when it's all finished, and it's very close to finished, I'm going to put a release date out. I'm going to show a YouTube video of an entire playthrough beforehand. On that release date, the old chart, unless I can work something out with the owner of BeatSaber, Bolsa, I will be deleting the old version off of the BeatSaber website. Then I will be uploading it again with version 2, but either call it version 1 or classic or broken or something like that. So for those that still want that original song, it will still be there. And I know this doesn't really work with ScoreSaber, and I'm actually, no, it shouldn't touch ScoreSaber, because the only thing I'll change is its upload name. I'll figure something. I know I'm just babbling at the moment and just wasting all your time. But anyway, yes, so all that. Well, here's a video to show the expert chart, the old one, side by side, the old and the new chart. The first couple of minutes, about half the song, so 3 minutes of it, to show you some of how it hasn't changed too much, but you can see there's some quality of life measures. I also will be using the audio of the newer, of version 2. You may be able to hear the difference. I most certainly can. But yeah, there you go. See what I mean? There's not too many differences there, but for those that are veteran at the chart, for those that have played it a lot, you might be able to pick up some of the annoying things. Should hopefully have gone. Yes, I hope you're excited for that. There's one more thing I want to announce for it, and I've got a preview of it as well for you, is I am charting an Expert Plus chart for Through the Fire and Flames. There's a lot of people who because of the way that the chart has been charted initially, the original Expert, have always, people who essentially beat it, they've essentially learned it, and it's done, it's dusted, and every time they play it again, they pass it every time. Hey, that's cool. It's defeating. It's a nice little boss, as some people have called it before. But I said right from the very beginning to a lot of people who go, it's an Expert Plus. I'm like, no, it's not it's not an Expert Plus. And because of that, and I have always said that because I know it can always be much harder. And so following my philosophy of Expert Plus with difficult patterns, things like that, but no bullshit, here's a preview of Through the Fire and Flames Expert Plus. Alright, well that's pretty much all I've got to show you guys. About the future of what, after all of these projects are done, what else have I planned to do? Essentially, I understand with Aikawa very, very soon a new editor update is coming out with some new features and things like that, but we're very but when that happens, I'll be redoing the entire tutorial series. I'll be more concise. Make sure to write notes in front of me like I am at the moment, so I don't end up fucking talking for an hour for no bloody reason. Make it more concise and everything like that, as well as sort out my bloody mic, which is horrible in some of the later videos. Now, I did start a series called Twotorials, which I did on, episode 1 was on walls. I'm going to, after I've gotten through these big projects, I'm going to try and put one of those a week out into YouTube, just for general basic stuff that can help people out. Especially the Discord, when a new person comes in and asks, how do I do this? And you just bam, 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 you have something for it. I've done a little bit of it, but it's not nowhere near completion. But I'm going to be doing an in-depth lighting tutorial, like not like the ones in my other tutorial, like 9-part thing, beginner guide, but actually just run through different patterns themselves, where things work really well, stuff like that. I'm quite excited for that. LightMap, my light automation program that was made with the recruiters. I will be talking with him soon because I have some new ideas for it, of some additional features and things like that, which should be rather exciting. And I'll actually even be doing a lot more philosophy-based videos, and go a lot more in depth of what easy, like the different difficulties mean to me. I mean, I just talked about Expert Plus. I'll be making one of those, you know, for easy, for normal, for hard, on how I keep a standard amongst all my songs. I also like to tell you all that every I know you've seen it already anyway, but every single beat map that I create from this day forward will forever have easy, normal, hard, and expert by default. That's my promise to everyone. Expert Plus is just a bonus when I feel like that song is kick-ass enough to have it. The only exception is if I have any commissions. I've had a few already, and it's also why I've been quite busy, as I've been working with certain people. Like I released a song the other day called Death to Disco by Kevin MacLeod, which that song was an original song made for Beat Saber. And Kevin reached out to me to make that, so feel free to check that out. But I have some more stuff coming in that same vein, not just through Kevin, but through other music producers, which is super exciting. The last thing to let you know is you may have noticed when people make a song BeatSaber chart and they upload it to BeatSaber, a BeatSaber chart and put it on BeatSaber, and in the game, you'll notice their cover image is usually the album cover of the song itself, which is, you know, a regular standard thing. And I'm just a prick and don't follow that whatsoever. I'm selfish and put my name, big letter F, or just Freeek with the Twitch logo. I am coming up with a new design. If you have seen, the majority of my designs have had the difficulties. For those that have ever seen it, it'll have ENHX and then X plus. And if they're colored in, it means the chart has that difficulty, which when I watch streamers and stuff like that, they don't really pick up on that much, so it's kind of useless. So what I'm thinking I'll end up doing is still using the album cover, so it makes some people happy, because I know some people are pissed off at me for not using them, and then just black out like a section down the bottom with those difficulty letters. But let us know what you think. I'm not just going to just slap a standard album cover on there. I'm not doing that, man. I want to stand out, you know. You work real hard, shit like that. I want people to know my name on my charts. I put a lot of work and love into them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let us know if there's anything you liked, anything you're excited for. I know I haven't gone over Doom E1 M1, the classic song. I put that on the side. I am sorry, but there's a lot more exciting things that are taking its place and other, but we'll eventually get to it. Just a reminder, I am on Patreon. I have a few of you, and thank you so very much, all of you that jump onto that. If you are a Patreon supporter, you get to test all of my maps early before they release. So some of the ones you just saw even in here, as well as much more. Follow us on Twitch, come and say hi. And yeah, this Aussie bastard's off.